Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I'm going to be reviewing a music making app for the iPad. So before I start the review of this, the reason I was diving into it in the first place is because I travel quite a bit, and obviously I don't want to be lugging this thing around, and I don't have a MacBook. Or I did have a MacBook, but I got rid of it because it wasn't very powerful and it was rubbish for making music. But this thing, when using things like Garage Band, has been really, really good. Super powerful. It's just really, really good tool. However, there are many limitations with the likes of Garage Band. So I went on the search to try and find the best music making app possible where I could make beats on the go that was somewhere near comparable to the kind of beats that I make when I'm on my iMac. The first one I gave a try to was Cubasis. Now Cubasis was really good. It gives you loads of functions. There's a ton you can do. It's great for recording vocals. They've got a partnership with Waves Audio where obviously they've got auto tune and various other different plugins that you can use within it, which is awesome. But it still lacks some of the functionalities that I wanted. Then I came across a YouTube video telling me about Beatmaker 3. Now, I've got to say right off the bat, I've only been using Beatmaker 3 for 2 days. I made my first beat with it yesterday. It's not brilliant, but I was just trying to play around with the functionality of it. And I want to show you what I came up with like in literally minutes. And what is possible using this app and this little mini setup, just this, my headphones. And I was actually sat in a van for an hour waiting for someone to load some stuff into it. And I made this whilst I was sat in my van. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to show you this. So first of all, we want to go into Beatmaker 3 and I'm just going to open the existing session that I had already, that I've already made. First of all, you're greeted with this page, which is a pad. It's actually blank, but each time you go into this page, there's a way of loading different sounds, which I'll show you in a sec. Then you've got your sampler, where you can load in and use your samples, make some changes and do whatever you want in there. Still not really got my head fully around this section yet, but there's so much you can do using inter-app audios, all sorts. Then you've got the actual song structure itself, which you can lay out. And then you've got your mixer. So you've got everything you need, but how well does it all work? So first of all, what I did was I dragged in some sounds that I liked from Splice. Now I have the Splice app, which means that I can open up Splice and find sounds that I want, download them, and then export them into Beatmaker. That was the sound that I had going. And then I found a snare, and then I found my hat sound. And all I'm doing there is just simply tapping the pads on the screen. Now you can change the velocity using the velocity pad at the side. You've got trigger, you've got roll, you've got wheels, scales, chords, which is great. And then over here you've got keys. So which is awesome. I absolutely love that. So there's so much cool stuff. So the first thing I did was I was playing around with a loop that I found from Splice, which was this one. And I really liked that loop and I wanted to just keep it as it was because I was literally just getting to know the software. So then I loaded up the bank, so I opened this up and I found a sound that I liked from Splice and dragged it in. I dragged it into the pad here. That's it, that's literally it. That's all it was. Then you hit keys on the right hand side and it brings this cool thing up. Sorry about that. That was just a bit of fun. And then I started to play a little bit of a tune to it, so you'll be able to see what I pressed. So that's what I ended up with there. So if I solo both of those, this is what I ended up with. And basically I just repeat that process through everywhere. So I'll go into my drum bank here, and then obviously I've got my drum sounds. And this is what I came up with when I got to that section of the song. So again, pretty straightforward, really easy to use. Just made the beat super simple. And then I just moved on to some other instruments. Soul keys was one that was actually already built in to the app. It was a sound that was already in there. So I just love the fact that it's got everything you need in there. And again, it's super simple to use. I mean, I genuinely can't believe how easy this thing is to operate. So then, let me just go back to the beginning of that. Whoops. And really, that's literally all there was to it. I mean, even if you don't know how to play, you don't need to know any theory. I play guitar and I play bass and I play a few other instruments, not particularly well, but I know enough to get me by. But in here, it's just so simple. I mean, you can, guys, I'm just blown away by this piece of software. I mean, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about this and whether it's something that you could see yourself using. Now, I haven't tried recording vocals yet. I'll tell you one of the things I did really like about it, by the way. First of all, this sound, I added quite a bit to it. Well, I say quite a bit. There was a little bit of stuff that I added to it. So you can go to audio effects. So I added a bit crusher and some M-verb, as they call it. And let me just show you what it sounded like when it was literally just that by itself. So let me see if I can just quickly get out of here. So then with a big crusher. It's just great tool. I really like it. This could be the solution I was looking for in terms of a music making piece of software that has every tool that I need to be able to make my beats when I'm on the go anywhere. And what's really cool is I'm able to export all of this either as MIDI, or I can export it as samples, or I can export it as just WAV files and export all the individual stems. So if I want to drag this into Logic a bit later on and work on it some more and add things to it, I can do. So I'm absolutely loving this at the moment. Like really loving it. So yeah, let me know what you think. So I'm going to play around with it some more over the next couple of weeks, and then I'll do a full extensive review of Beatmaker 3 once I've got to know it a little bit better. Maybe I'm going to watch a few more tutorials first just so I can maybe get some more tips off a few other people. But let me know if you're already using it and you've got any tips. Please drop them in the comments. I'd love to know how you're using it. And if you've never used it, give it a try. It's £25. Don't know what that is in dollars, maybe $30 or something. It seems like a really great tool for the price, so absolutely go and check it out. See if it's something that you can use too. For now, that's me done. I'll catch you in another one.